Welcome back. It is time for Dumb Debates here on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Josh Peterson and Austin Jacobson with you today. It is the time of the week where we turn over the questions to you. The great friends of the Grum. You send us questions with the hashtag crap. We do need hashtags in this world, don't we, Austin?
Yeah, we do still.
Yeah. And we answer them, and we unpack them, and we try to find common ground together. Like this from Dave Fight, Dumb Debates.
Hey, Dave.
Which is a more unadvisable take? Questioning the atmosphere in Memorial Stadium or questioning if a former four-star tight end is washed.
Interesting.
So that one of those takes is yours, one of those takes is mine.
Are they talking about Nate Borkature?
No, they're not talking about Nate Borkature. Though I will say, when I had the take of I have put to bed the thought on him ever being an all-conference player, he never was. So, I mean, shout out to good takes because that was one of them.
I don't know if my take will ever get... I don't think it can be put into the good take quality because you can't prove it otherwise, right?
I mean, unless suddenly it was like, whoa, every atmosphere is the best I've ever seen.
There you go. But then I would be proven wrong, right? Because then they would just point at me and be like, look what an idiot you could be.
Oh, well, that's a great point.
Mm-hmm. I can't win this take.
More unadvisable, I would say what I did. Now, I barely did anything. I didn't type anyone's name. I didn't tag anybody on Twitter. The person who tweeted at me had tweeted this person's name, and this person obviously searched their name on Twitter. That's how they saw it. But the more unadvisable take is always going to be saying anything about a player.
Yeah,
more than the stadium. Yep. Even if
I'd agree.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
Yeah, even if it's the fans that are causing it. Speaking of that, Jacob Padilla asks,
"Hi, Jacob.
What's the kind of take that isn't objectively wrong that will most trigger the Nebraska fan base?"
I'm thinking about this. Is it as simple as saying that the 97 national championship should have went to Michigan?
Whoa, holy God.
Is that it?
Why would you say such a thing?
But is that it?
Yeah, Lee Barfnag has still hated for that take.
Well, save that for super hot take market.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, that could have been your take on Tuesday. Man, I wish it was Tuesday just to see a sweat.
I know. I really sweat during the super hot
You
take
hate
market.
that
I
segment.
hate that segment.
Man, that's a good call. Yeah, if you say that...
Because it's not unequivocally wrong. It would just be an opinion, right?
You are unable to prove it correct or incorrect.
Yes.
And so that really makes people mad. Dave Fight says, Jesus, Austin. Jake says, this will trigger the fan base. Memorial Stadium is an absolute dump. Yeah, let's unpack this with some other things.
Yeah.
What about if it involves stadium stuff? I mean, you just did that.
Yeah.
Any stadium... See, but I don't think that will trigger everybody because a lot of people are like, yeah, sign me up. That place sucks ass.
When you could have went the same route about like, oh, we don't need alcohol at Memorial Stadium. The football, the product, that's what we need.
But I think people are so split on all that stuff that
Yeah.
it's like that poll question yesterday. People are really split. So trying to find the things that...
What is the kind of take that will most trigger the Nebraska fan base? And you want it to be like universal, right? Like
you needed the most people upset as possible.
99%er and nothing that like...
But it needs to be, how did he phrase it? That isn't objectively wrong. Yeah, so you can't just troll. You can't just be like, Tommy Frazier, bad actually.
Right.
So, okay, along those lines, is there a quarterback or a player who everybody loved regardless of like how bad their stats might have been?
No, not really.
Is it easy to say now, be like, I think Scott Frost would be their best offensive coordinator? Like that's something? Is that as easy as it is?
No, because I think you'd still get a lot of people like, yeah, bring him back.
Yeah.
I like him.
Maybe.
Yeah, Nick, that one's hard because in the olden days when Nebraska was winning, the quarterbacks like didn't have great stats.
Yeah,
like it was more about go look at Eric Crouch's Heisman season stats. They suck. Honestly, you're like, that guy won the Heisman?
Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
So then you could say Eric Crouch was a bad quarterback.
Hey, you know what?
People wouldn't argue that though because he wasn't even like picked to be a quarterback. He changed the receiver when he was in the NFL.
Okay, here are some. Stib says, tell him the team has been bad. Husker fans historically hate facts. Okay, that's a good one. They have sucked.
Yeah.
And if you say that, people still get kind of mad.
Yeah.
Jake writes,
hey, Jake.
Tom Osborne protected rapists and murderers and would have been fired the first time in today's coaching standards.
Holy cow.
Whoa.
Jake.
Whoa.
Glad you said that.
Yeah.
I couldn't have went through
Austin,
another week
you
of
read that sentence and let's clip it.
No.
And put the fun font on it. Tom Osborne protected. Let's see. Dave Fight. Tom Osborne, or this is more conspiracy theory, but Tom Osborne is responsible for the downfall of the program.
Ooh.
Do you think it could be like a brain drain situation where he just refused to give some of his knowledge to other people?
But I know, like, my dad believes that. Like, he actually does think so. Like, he does
I do,
that's
too.
true.
He hired Frank.
Yeah. So I don't think that people would disagree.
But people, they do that. That is, you get very split on this one. My wife and I were actually talking about someone in our lives who My wife was debating about Tom Osborne before, and now this person was really upset by what she was saying.
What if it's Tom? Tom should have retired after the '95 national championship.
He should have?
Should have.
That's a wild take. That's a bad take. Why should he have retired after 95? They won in 97.
So that Frank Solich could have gotten a better pathway to a better start to his
No, then they wouldn't have won in 97. And then
it sounds like you're getting kind of upset about this.
But it's not a fact, Austin.
How do you know?
Exactly.
How do you know they wouldn't have won in '97?
Because he was not as good of a coach as Tom Osborne.
How did I forget? I told you this one earlier. Bill Callahan just needed more time. That's the one.
That one's pretty.
I have one that's not related to triggering the Nebraska fan base.
Wait, one more real quick, Nick,
Okay.
from Jordan. The only reason Nebraska split in 97 was because of Tom. Now, that is a take that could piss people off and is probably true.
That actually is a good one.
If he was not retiring, the coaches do not give him a natty, and Michigan wins both. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a column idea.
You can't even prove it either other way.
You cannot prove it, but I think that is, it's not factual, but there's some strong evidence behind that one. Michigan was number one going into the Orange Bowl, but then Scott Frost did some, speaking of tugging, he tugged on heartstrings, Austin.
Well-known great public speaker, Scott Frost.
At least it's amazing. That's the best speech he's ever given. It's like if he could have done that, when he was a coach.
Well, he wasn't wearing a hoodie, so
more than 5 games in a year. All right, Nick, you have a dumb debates question, or do you have a
dumb debates?
Okay,
dumb debates.
So it came across my Twitter For You page.
Is this little picture I see down
yes,
here?
Yes, it is.
Speaking of triggering.
So there's this artist on Twitter, I guess, who likes to combine animals, and then he'll write like a little write-up about them.
I don't like this.
Says, the hive tarantula enters a symbiotic bond with a swarm of wasps, allowing them to build a colony in its abdomen. The spider protects the queen and larvae, and the wasps feed it. This mutualistic unit of tarantula and wasp is extremely territorial.
Awesome. Why did you have to read those words?
Because that was part of this. So then my question is, what would be the worst 2 animals to combine? Like, you have wasp tarantula. That's
wasp
terrifying.
Tarantula.
So you're saying, but and they're actually going to come and try to kill us?
I mean, they just exist in nature. Like, even if this isn't trying to come and kill me, if this existed, I would hate it.
I'd say double wasp. That's probably pretty bad.
Double wasp.
Double wasp.
What about a shark tiger? Not a tiger shark, but a shark tiger. So it's like the huge but fast and shark-like.
So the right answer to this is something that everyone deems as dangerous and or deadly, right?
Shark.
Or an annoyance, but you have to make it larger or in impossible to avoid, right? So it should be wasp is a great pick because most people are terrified of wasps and they would cause you pain and damage, and so a large wasp would be terrible. So an elephant wasp.
What about Dave says a grizzly mosquito?
That's another great. That's another great.
That's a good call. Yeah,
that
you got to
would
take
suck you dry.
a small.
Okay, all right, Nick, calm down.
It's a big mosquito.
Bonk. Yeah, that's a good call. Like a tarantula, but a big tarantula.
Yeah.
A tarantula hippopotamus.
Yeah.
What about
that would
a
suck.
giraffula?
A giraffula.
A giraffitula. What about
a bumble bear?
A hawk snake?
A bumble bear.
A hawk snake.
It's a flying snake that could just come and swoop at you. It's got a beak.
Actually, I hate that. Yep, I'm right there with you. That'd be terrible.
Zach says grizzly and silverback.
Baymon says.
I mean, that's basically the same size, though, isn't it?
Clowns.
The snake wasp is the only right answer. I agree there. Jordan also says phrasing, Nick.
Yeah, thank you. I'm making a graphic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is,
I'll fill your time. Peter.
What does Peter say?
He has #dumb debates.
Oh, thank you, Peter.
When is the correct time to fill up your gas tank?
Oh, I just did this the other day.
I am always at half. When it gets a little under half, I go right back. I fill it up.
Dude, shout out to you. That is amazing.
I try my best. I try. So now, obviously, road trips and stuff, I'm not pulling over to the side of the road every single time it gets under half. But if I'm cruising around town, as soon as I see half, that's when I'm like, okay, next time I see, not the next gas station, but the next time I'm making a trip, I'm going to fill up my tank.
What you're supposed to do is not let your gas tank get under a quarter, because some cars that could really mess up your fuel pump, especially if you keep doing it. That being said, sometimes I'm poor, so I just have to ride it out as much as I can.
Good point.
I've gotten down to the gas light more times than I'd like to, but you're not supposed to go under a quarter if you can help it.
I filled mine up with 5 miles left in my tank the other day. I do that way too often. I know it's not what you're supposed to do, but mainly it's laziness, because when I go home, I just want to go home and hang out with Banks, and then I'm like, I'll just get to it the next day.
What would the person who invented your car think about you doing that?
Well, he put a bullet in his
Joe
brain.
Ford?
No.
He drives a Volkswagen.
Over. Hits.
Designated Hitler.
We have this one from Ian. I don't know. Do you want to get your door one?
Just a second. I
Okay.
wanted to read a couple more comments.
Yeah, you got it.
Jeremy, is it the one about an ant?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, Severe along those lines says, I didn't know you were one of those that doesn't use the U in the word ant, and you say ant like the insects. I didn't know that.
Aunt.
Yeah, I don't say aunt. Jeremy, going back to Husker takes, this could have just been a topic. Husker takes that would piss off the most people. Jeremy says, John Cook underachieved relative to the talent he brought in.
Ooh, this is actually a Dr. Girlfriend.
How do
That's
we
a Dr.
feel
Girlfriend take.
about that one?
I don't agree with that because the talent level in college volleyball is significantly rose. It wasn't just Nebraska had great teams, yes, but they also faced a lot of very, very great teams too. So obviously it would be great to have more national championships for the legendary John Cook. There were certain times that the teams definitely underperformed, including last season. But I don't know if I agree with that, just because when you look across like college football, the national championships that Nick Saban lost, he obviously won more national championships than John Cook won, but the ones that he lost were to very uber talented and legendary teams. That's kind of how I see the conversation, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about volleyball, but I kind of cautiously subscribe to this. But it's also really hard to win championships.
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
One more before we get to Ian's.
Yeah.
Chris says, when does an item fall under the retro category? What is the time frame? So this stems from a poll question that I put out last week. Is something from 2016 retro? Now, people were accusing me of being Matt McMaster and being a child. I'm not a child. Shout out to Matt, by the way. Big fan of his work. This was more to trigger John because I was saying the Cubs World Series is like the Cowboys Super Bowl retro.
Yeah, it happened so long ago.
Yeah.
I was a freshman in college when it happened. I watched it in a dorm room.
Retro.
Now, every time something like this comes up, I do think there are actual classifications. Like something's classic if it's 25 years old, I think is what
Okay, how about this?
Classic.
Hey, you're ready to play?
Yeah.
iPod Shuffle.
Oh God, I don't want to think about that being retro, but I think it might be.
I think it's retro. The Zune, retro.
That's for
That's
sure
retro. And that's our childhood right
So
there.
when I went
true.
to Boston, we went to a Red Sox game and we went to the store that was attached there, and they had all sorts of retro clothing, right? Like 70 whatever World Series, 80 whatever. They had a 2004 Red Sox Yankees shirt that had the Fox logo, which was just so funny and so of its era. I think 20 years.
Yeah.
Because that was from 04.
Yeah.
I think something now from 05 is retro.
Now clothing's a little like difficult, like you want to
Which
put a
is
timestamp
trippy.
on them, but I think it's more of when a technology surpasses the other, because I think you and I would agree VHS is retro.
Oh, absolutely.
DVDs are actually probably retro right now.
Yeah. No,
People
I think you're right.
People apparently are buying VHSs again.
See?
Which is wild.
That actually proves its retroness when people are like, oh, it's just better this way.
Yeah.
Then they bring it back.
Alex says, what the hell is a Zune? Yeah, look at you Gen
It
Zers.
was Microsoft's answer to the iPod.
I
It
know
was an
it,
MP3 player.
Yeah, you didn't have to buy the songs, you could download them.
Nick, were you a Zune guy?
I wish.
I was a Zune guy.
No,
Zune sucked. I
I-
remember I had a friend who was anti-Apple and he got a Zune and he hated it.
Okay,
because
Josh-
it sucked.
We were poor. That was different.
Yeah, no,
That's
you
why
know
we
what
got
I
a Zune.
I was poor too.
I was poor. You know what I got?
I'll show you poor.
I got
Are we having a pour off right now?
I got like one of those red
Pour off. It's a pour off.
I had one of those like red Walmart USB stick MP3 players.
Yikes.
It might have been a Sony, it might have been a Sanyo, I don't remember. But I had that.
Marta Berton?
Stibbs points out it's relative to the age of the person you're talking to. If you'd have asked me at 21 in 2009 if something from 95 was retro, I'd say yes. If you ask me now if something 14 years ago was retro, absolutely not. Interesting. Well, 14 years ago is 2011. Yeah, that's not retro, but it's getting close.
Nick, is the Xbox 360 retro?
Oh, I don't think the 360 is there yet, but
So
the
the
original
Xbox is.
Xbox,
The original
for sure
Xbox.
is.
PlayStation
okay.
2, retro.
Yes.
Yes, but the PS1 is old, not retro.
Oh, wow.
The PS1 is retro.
Does it ever once
When
you
does it
Or when's
become
it go
old?
from like
What-
retro to classic?
does it ever actually change from retro though? Like once it hits retro age, does it just stay retro? I think it just
so,
stays
yeah.
retro.
I
I
think
don't think there's a category after retro.
I think retro is just an ever creeping thing.
Yeah.
and it doesn't have a beginning or an end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it
like
has a beginning,
Beethoven,
but
he's
yeah.
retro.
He is.
No, he's classical, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
also
think
classical,
that's
or
the
retro.
argument is that you go from retro to classic. Like, oh, we've got classic rock, like we've got that stuff. So it has like a timeline. That I think,
Classic rock is for sure. Like that's a hard 25-year
yeah,
limit.
right.
Which is just insane now. That's 2000. I was a baby.
Yep.
Not
Can
really.
you
I
believe
was
that
12.
Green Day is about to be classic?
Triggered. Dude,
Green Day is classic.
Wait till you guys hit your 30s.
Duke
Oh,
came
it
out
is.
in
That's
94.
right.
Dude, it's wild when stuff that like you remember vividly is now old, like truly old, or when like things
So
you
none of
were
the Cowboys
wearing-
Super Bowls or what?
Okay,
So I'm
okay, Austin.
when I was on my week off, I actually made tweets like
Triggered.
as a joke based around music that Austin and I grew up with being retro.
Mhm.
Like it was like, oh, my dad used to love this song when he was growing up, and it was Nookie by Limp Bizkit, you know? Like stuff like
It's
that.
very
like,
upsetting.
Limp Bizkit and Korn, that's classic rock now.
That's insane.
Stibbs, Jordan, and Stibbs again are saying antique.
Antique.
I do like that.
Yeah, when you go to an antique store, soon it will have stuff from the 2000s.
Well, okay, I
triggered.
That's tough.
I went to
Upset.
I went to Brass Armadillo a week ago, and they had VHSs in there,
Brass
but they also had
Armadillo.
CDs in there.
All right, let's get to Ian's question.
Please.
Do you want to read it or you want me to read it?
Would you like to do which option? We can read both. Which one would you like to read?
I'll read the second part. I'll
Okay.
do door number 2.
All right. In door 1, it is revealed that Wisconsin has filed for and won the patent for red and red adjacent jerseys with white numbers. Nebraska must change school colors or pay Wisconsin for the privilege to wear red.
Door number 2, your aunt is always naked and must live with you for a year.
Do I
Now,
get to pick the ant?
We have to... Wow. Wait. Because she's hot?
No.
Oh.
There's different. There's
'Cause
different
she's
tiers of
ugly?
ants. No.
What do you want? You want mid-aunt?
Do you want your crazy political aunt that's also naked in your house for your year,
Whoa,
or
I
do
didn't
you
even
just
think
want?
about the politics.
Do you want your like cool casual aunt that's also naked?
Or do you
in your
want like
house?
messy wine ant?
Ooh, that's also
So you're not-
that's also political aunt though.
So you're-
sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
So you're not thinking of...
That's
the
Buck Cherry ant.
You're not thinking of the attract. I saw someone take off their shirt during a Buck Cherry concert. once.
tracks.
I was like, "This is
Your aunt?
I call Buck
No.
Cherry Mom Rock.
I was like, "This is cool."
Is it antique?
It was like 08, 09. Good
Mm.
times. Wow, that's a retro concert now.
Yeah, it's true.
So we need to spice this up just a little bit because, like, I don't care that Nebraska has to pay a patent. You know, if
But
they
it's
change
the
colors.
ant part.
Yeah, no. But I like because the obvious one is just take
What
choice
is
number 1.
Is it
Yeah.
the ant on your dad's side or your mom's side?
Nice.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm going.
Well,
now
that
I'm
makes a
thinking of-
difference too, because if you go with the ant on your dad's side, like, it might look like your parent too. I guess both of them would look like your parent, huh?
Did you forget how lineage works?
Well, I just realized I have no. Well, I do have ants. So no, you can do an ant on one of the sides because they could be by marriage.
that's
Oh,
true.
yes.
You could have an
Then
ant.
you're
now
looking
by
at
blood.
a
Then you're
nudie-
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So
Tight.
then
Nice.
I guess I would rather.
Nick's thinking about his hot ants
Mhm.
now.
Dude's
Who-
talking ants.
Who do I want to stare at?
Sorry, severe. Dude's talking aunts.
Aunts.
Dudes will literally sit around talking about their naked aunts.
I mean, I'm
Steve
gonna.
says messy wine ant might already be naked.
It's true. I'm gonna go door number 1 because I'm not a Nebraska fan and I
See,
think it'd
again,
be funny.
Got to spice this up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
door number 1, you have to pay in personally
Oh.
to
okay.
do it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
if Nebraska has to pay, and who cares? That doesn't affect me.
Yeah. Not my taxes.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I don't want to see a naked person for a year.
Especially one that you have to see at Christmas.
How much would I pay? Though, if Nebraska changed colors, it wouldn't really affect me that
Mm.
much.
Well, if
They can
she's
change.
if she's always naked and lives with me, that doesn't mean you have to see her all the time. It's not like she's like
That's true. I'm
20
not at home all the time.
right, exactly. Like
Like, man, you'd probably forget about it, right? You come out of the bathroom and then it's like, oh,
or you invite your friends over. You'd be like, oh man.
crap! You wouldn't be able to invite friends over.
Oh, actually,
mean,
this
you
might be a win.
could.
I might take the ant.
You
because
probably
then-
wouldn't want to because then
Yeah.
like your friend. It's like your friend who always makes your mom joke when you were growing up. It's like, oh, I saw your aunt naked.
Is she there? Also, I don't have an extra bedroom. Where would she sleep? On the couch
The grill
with her naked ass?
on your grill.
Yeah.
She would not sleep on my grill, Nick. Keena says, "Can we just do retro colors, dusty red and cream?"
Dusty.
We do love retro.
I do
Dib
like
says I'm going with orange and blue Nebraska uniforms. Go
Sound-
Dolphins!
I hate
No,
that.
that's
I hate
Broncos, Nick. That's Broncos.
Fins up. It's also Dolphins.
Mm.
Orange and blue.
Yeah.
What part of blue is the Dolphins?
Teal is a shade of blue.
All right, don't get technical with me now. Hate that. I hate that part of you, Nick. How dare you?
Wow.
The part of me that's technically
Yes. No,
Nick,
that's
you,
just
you sent a
technical.
question earlier that I was confused by. I said, would you turn down an invite because you can't film it with your own people? Oh, I forgot to attach the tweet that it was associated with.
Oh, okay.
What was the thing? Oh, here it is. So apparently a guy got banned from a PGA Tour event because he can't do TikToks during
Grant-
it or something.
Grant Horvat?
Yeah, I hate this person
Not to
already.
be confused with Connor Happer.
So from what I've gathered, he's like a YouTube influencer who started out golfing and then eventually he worked his way up, right?
Gross.
And then he was invited to this event. He's like, "Oh, can my crew come and film me while I'm doing this because that's my whole bit? And then the PGA is like, are you insane? No, because I'm assuming media rights deals.
So your question is, would you turn down an invite because you can't film it with your own people?
Yeah, or would you just do it?
Now, no, because I'm not a Gen Zer. Austin, what would you do? You're like, but I got to make TikToks.
Yeah, it's part of my digital content. I am TikTok boy, so I would have to.
I like how your bio on Twitter, by the way, says like you make memes.
I'm a meme producer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a self-appointed title. That's not been cleared by HR yet. So got to figure that out.
Lots of conversation in the chat about Nick being wrong about the Dolphins not being orange and blue. Yeah, they're definitely more green coated than they are blue.
Teal is a shade of blue.
Yeah, but it looks green.
Listen, if you handed like a kindergartner a crayon and said like,
what is
a box of crayons, and you said draw this logo, they would grab green.
Nick, get a tiny mic and walk around the office and ask coworkers.
Yeah, TikTok.
I've always associated the Dolphins with blue.
I think poll question.
Yeah.
This is a good poll question. I mean, it won't be as good as yesterday's.
Yeah. What if it hits Dolphins Twitter?
I'm going to be chasing the high of yesterday's poll question for the rest of my life.
So is your plan to just like put out a lot of polls then? Or like, are you going to be more strategic on the polls you place?
Nah, they'll all be the same goofy crap they normally are.
Nice.
And then if people voting them cool, and if they don't, they don't.
Respect.
It's going to be a bummer when we do our what will Nebraska's record be this season poll question in like a week.
And it gets like 150?
Dude, those things used to get thousands of votes, and now they get like 800. So those days are long gone.
Thanks, Elon.
One time we had one, I think Sipple retweeted it, had like 5,000 votes.
That's incredible.
Like, thank you, Sipple.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Shout out to
anymore. Keena says, take it from a former art teacher.
Hi.
Teal is a mix of blue and green. Dark blue is a shade of blue.
Interesting. There we go.
Yeah, I always thought that there were green and teal. You didn't think there was any green?
You
didn't think there was green and teal?
No, I know there's green and teal, but teal is more of a shade of blue. I know that I'm not saying teal is just blue. I know it's blue-green, but it's mostly, I always associate it with blue. It's a shade of blue.
Stim says,
associated with green.
I like how Ian's questions just turned into three dudes trying to figure out which ant they want to see naked. Yeah,
I already said which door I was going to pick.
Door 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's because Nick hates Nebraska.
I do.
He's from a hawk land.
All right, when we return, we have content coming up in a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to send that to Nick and you, Austin.
Can't wait.
We can talk. We can put a bow for those who are getting in the cars and sadly missed us going through score bugs. But we can put a bow on the poll question from yesterday.
Oh, hold on. Dr. Girlfriend has chatted in. She said Dolphins are definitely blue. Teal is blue. More blue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
from a
Girlfriend.
doctor. That's from a doctor.
Are you going to say a doctor's wrong, Josh?
I don't. People don't trust doctors anymore in 2025.
2020, Josh.
What's she going to tell me to do? What is she trying to control me with? Yeah, she's going to inject
those vaccines,
blue in
probably.
Yeah,
the blue vaccine.
A blue vaccine, Dr. Girlfriend.
You don't want to know what that'll do to your kids.
I don't think so. I won't put that blue vaccine in my body. Thank you very much.
All right, poll question is up.
All right, thank you, Nick.